like that, people are coming out and saying, look, it's not Melo's fault. We were just really hard on him because we're tired of losing. It's not his fault. If anything, we need to trade everyone else and just not Melo, which sucks because then that would be another rebuilding process for the New York Knicks. And God only knows we just wasted 3 years out of the peak of Carmelo Anthony's prime. What's going on, guys? It's Steve. I do not like the way things are unfolding right now in New York City with the New York Knicks. This is not good, man, for Knicks fans. Carmelo Anthony just came out and said, if he wants me gone, then it's time to talk. He's obviously talking about Phil Jackson. He pretty much said, if Phil wants me gone, it's time to talk. This is not good because clearly, from what Phil Jackson's ghostwriter said, supposedly, like, I don't know why he's a ghostwriter, but from things that are being said in New York, it looks like they're doing the same thing that they did to Patrick Ewing, to even Amari Stoudemire. The crazy thing is that, like, Melo's not even injured, but the crazy thing is they blame Carmelo Anthony for everything. On one of its Instagram posts, he literally came out and said, when we win, it's us. When we lose, it's me. That's what he came out and said, and that's so true. Think about when they win, how much praise Carmelo Anthony gets. Oh, he had a great game. His shooting was good. His passing was good. Everything was good. But when they lose, it doesn't matter if he has the same exact stat line as when he won. When he loses, it's, he's washed up, he's old, he's overrated now, he can't do what he used to do, he's not as good as he used to be. And that's pretty much what it is, And to be honest, we already know that supposedly he came out and said that and this is not even guaranteed that he even said this. One of Phil Jackson's people said that he said this. So if some people are saying if Phil Jackson's people are saying that and Phil Jackson didn't deny it, then he probably did say it. Then Melo probably did say it. But to me, it's like, okay, maybe it's just the media trying to twist things, trying to get a story, trying to get a cover. Who knows? But I will sit here and I will say this. It's not looking good for Carmelo Anthony. And, obviously he just came out and said, supposedly said, if I were to leave and get traded, the only way I would waive it is if I were getting traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, a lot of Cleveland fans are upset saying we don't want Melo. Those people are crazy as hell. If you had the opportunity to get Carmelo Anthony, keep in mind, if Melo were on the Cleveland Cavaliers, it would not be like New York Melo. It would be like Olympic Melo because Melo doesn't have to handle the ball all the time and things like that. All Melo's going to be doing is catching and shooting and low post isolations. And I mean, goddamn, do you see Olympic Melo? His confidence skyrockets because all the support he has around him. Imagine if he had LeBron and Kyrie around him, because obviously it would probably be Kevin Love and Richard Jefferson that would get traded for Melo if Melo were to get traded. And to be honest, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers would do it. I know fans probably wouldn't like it, but at the end of the day, you're still going to win a championship, But I can understand why you wouldn't like it because obviously all that hard work you guys did with Kevin Love. Kevin Love's finally really having a good season with LeBron and things like that. I can understand that. But personally, I would go for Melo, or the Los Angeles Clippers, which means either Blake Griffin, which he is injured, so I doubt that's going to happen. You can't trade an injured player, or someone else, But that would be crazy if the Clippers were able to keep Blake Griffin on top of having Chris Paul and DeAndre with Melo on that team. That would be ridiculous. That would be another super team. So there's a whole bunch of scenarios and situations that are unfolding right now, and it's truly not looking good for the New York Knicks at all. It's truly sad that it's coming down to this, man. Like, I don't understand why Melo is the one being blamed for everything. Like, I watch every single Knicks games. Yeah, he's had a few bad games this year. I admit that. He's not having as good as a year as I thought he was going to, but he's having a pretty solid year. For his standards, it may not be, up to par, but he's having a pretty solid year compared to 97% of the league. And then also, according to ESPN.com, Carmelo Anthony came out and said that he hasn't even thought about it, about trading, about waiving his no trade clause. So that's another. There's too many things going on both sides. Some people are saying some things from Phil Jackson saying some things, Melo saying some things, some reporters are saying some things. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. Supposedly Melo hasn't even thought about it. Dwayne Wade came out and said, he's not gonna waive it. He doesn't think he's gonna waive it. He's happy in New York, But then Melo just came out and said, if Phil Jackson doesn't want me, let's talk. So that's kind of scary, man. Because if the New York Knicks lose Carmelo Anthony, bye any chances of, first of all, making the playoffs, and second of all, going to anywhere close to the conference finals. Say bye to any chances of that. Say bye to the playoffs for the next few years. I'm sorry, but it's true, because most likely if Melo leaves, I don't think Derrick Rose is going to re-sign. He's probably going to go somewhere else. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And Joakim Noah, we have a wasted contract with Joakim Noah for like almost $70 million. That was a really ridiculous signing when we could have got so many better role players. It's just a whole bunch of non-good management skills happening right now in New York City. And it's truly sad. It's truly sad because remember what we saw with Allen Houston. That huge, disgusting contract that we gave him. I hope we don't give, let's say, I don't know. If Melo leaves, man, I don't know what's going to happen. But all I know is I don't want him to leave. A lot of Knicks fans are starting to actually come out and speak up and say, you know what, it's not Melo's fault. People were blaming him. Some Knicks fans were blaming him at first, but now most of the Knicks fans that I know and that I've seen on TV and things like that, and what I'm reading from forums and things like that, people are coming out and saying, look, it's not Melo's fault. We were just really hard on him because we're tired of losing. It's not his fault. If anything, we need to trade everyone else and just not Melo, which sucks, because then that would be another rebuilding process for the New York Knicks. And God only knows we just wasted 3 years out of the peak of Carmelo Anthony's prime. He was third in MVP voting. He had a first ballot MVP vote in the 2013 NBA season. It was LeBron, KD, and Melo, top 3 MVP candidates. 2014, Melo had a great year as well. They didn't make the playoffs, but Melo had a great year, and they missed the playoffs by like 1 game, or actually I think it was a tiebreaker, right? And then after that, 19 wins, 26 wins. It was ridiculous, man. It's truly sad. I think it's 36 actually. 36 wins. It is truly sad, man. We wasted 3 years out of Carmelo Anthony's prime. Someone that had, talent that comes once in a generation. And now that he's starting to exit his prime, now we want to say, let's get rid of him. That's so disrespectful. So disrespectful that all of these rumors are going on. But if anything, I'm going to look out for my man. I should be looking out for the Knicks, because I'm a Knicks fan since the day I was born. I was around since Eddie Curry, David Lee, Chris Duhon, Stephon Marbury, our crappy coach, and Isaiah Thomas. I remember all of those days. However, I have to sit here and I'll say this. I have to look out for Melo in this situation, because the disrespect is it's ridiculous. Carmelo Anthony, I hope, if you do get traded, I hope you get traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't want you to go to the Clippers because they're injury prone. I mean, you can, but my hope is that you get traded to Cleveland so you can at least finish your career with a few championships. Because if anyone in the league deserves it, you and Chris Paul do. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, then Chris Paul and him should team up. No, I don't think so. If anyone deserves it, Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony do. And Melo's best chances are to go to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, if the Clippers can somehow manage to keep Blake Griffin while getting Melo, which I highly doubt they'll be able to, then maybe, you know what, okay, go to Los Angeles. But I doubt that's going to happen. But the way this is unfolding, it seems too repetitive in Knicks history that things like this happen. Not only that, it seems too common. It seems too just ridiculous in general that everyone's just blaming Melo for everything, man, and he doesn't deserve it. We have all of these news agencies coming out, like CBS New York, King James Gospel, Cavaliers Nation, NorthJersey.com, ESPN.com, Complex News, CBS Sports, The Daily News, Yahoo Sports, The Bleacher Report. You know, like literally every single damn news sports agency right now, even non-news, like newspapers are just talking about Melo being traded and everything like that, which is it's truly sad, man, that things are unfolding like this, that he's getting the blame. Honestly, he's getting the blame. He's the one that stood up and said, you know what, I'm going to trust the process and I'm going to stay here. And people hated on him like, look, you should have went somewhere else. You could have won somewhere else, but he doesn't want to. He wants to win in New York. Hopefully they don't screw him over, man. Ah, man, this is sad. Anyway, guys, it's been Steve. I'm out.